What's up guys, it's me Lego Paradise here, and today I'm going to show you how to build a Lego giraffe. I've built a giraffe to be minifigure scale, and I've also included lots of moving parts, such as these posable legs, using some hinge pieces, and even a movable tail. So I'll be showing you how to build a giraffe in several sections, and first we'll start by building the body of the giraffe. Okay, here's what you're going to need to build the giraffe's body. And in case you can't tell what this piece is, this is simply a black Lego diver's flipper. Okay, so once you have your pieces, you can start out by taking a 1x6 plate and all three of your 2x3 plates and just attaching the 1x6 plate in the middle on top of your 2x3 plates. Next, you can take your 1x4 plates and just attach two of them on the side of the 1x6 plate and one of them on top. And then on top of that, you can take a 1x4 slope piece and just attach that in the middle, and your two 1x3 slope pieces on these small gaps on either side. Next, you can take a 1x3 slope piece and just attach that in the middle there. And you can finish the start of the giraffe's neck off by taking a 1x1 slope piece and attaching that on top. Next, we can start to do the markings on the giraffe, and for that we'll use two yellow cheese wedges, and they just go there and one stud apart there, and in the middle of that you can take a brown cheese wedge piece, and this creates the brown spot or the brown marking that you see on the giraffes. Next, you can take another brown cheese wedge and just put it in the corner there, just to vary up the markings, make them look a little bit more natural. And you can either use two 1x1 cheese wedges, or here I like to use a 1x2 cheese wedge just because it looks a little neater, and just place that next to it. And you can see the top of the giraffe's body being built up and starting to take some shape. So we can put this aside for now, because the next part we'll build is the tail of the giraffe. And to create the tail, we'll first build a bit of the body that attaches the tail, and we'll just use a 1x1 brick with a Technic hole in it, and this small Technic pin with a stud attachment on the end. And you just place that in the Technic brick, just click that in, and you take a normal 1x1 brick, and you can attach both of these bricks onto a 1x2 plate. And underneath that you can just take a 1x2 inverted slope piece and attach that underneath. So now you have the base for your tail. Again, you can put this aside, and to create the tail it's quite simple. Just take another 1x2 plate, a 1x2 tile, just attach that on top, and to create the bushy tail made of hair for the giraffe, you can use the diver's flipper. And you can see when attached to this contraption, it kind of looks like a real life giraffe tail, and I think it works perfectly. And you can just attach that to the top of the Technic pin, and that gives you the option to move the tail around. So now you can put this aside for now, and we'll build the other parts of the underneath of the giraffe. And if we take the rest of the body, we can attach these two 1x2 bricks with the studs on both sides, and they just go in the center there. So once you go there and just next to it, and you can put a 1x4 brick underneath that to secure them in place. And then next to that, just take a 1x2 brick, clip that on that side, and your last inverted slope piece underneath that. Just give the body a bit more shaping. Then you can take your tail and attach that in the middle, and you'll see it should be a bit higher than the rest of the bricks. So when you clip it in, all of the giraffe's body is all the same height. Okay, so next we'll build the left pair of legs for your Lego giraffe. Now the left legs are just a mirror build of the right legs of your giraffe, so you can either rewatch this part of the tutorial or just build a mirror build of the left legs, which I'm about to show you how to make. So here's what you're going to need. And in case you can't tell what this piece is, this is just a small brown coloured Lego flower piece, and this will be used as part of the markings on the giraffe's body. So once you have your pieces, you can start off by taking a 1x8 plate, and you just flip that round, and you can take a corner plate and just attach that on top. And then next to that you take a 2x3 plate and also attach that upside down, and leaving a stud gap, you just attach a 1x2 plate on the end. Then you can flip that around, and this is where you can attach one of your 1x4 wedge pieces. And this can go on the end of the corner piece. That can just be attached there. And you can take a 1x4 plate and also leaving a stud gap, just attach it there. And then on top of that you can take your second wedge piece and just attach that on top, just secure that nicely. And then you can flip that around and take a 1x2 plate and just fill in a bit of the gap, just like that. And next we can take another 1x2 plate, just attach that there, and this will be a place where you can start to build the muscle of the top of the front leg. And this will be represented by a 2x2 round tile, and you can just attach that on top. And then we can start to add the front of the leg, and for the knee and the leg assembly we'll use one of these hinge plates, and you can make sure to place the hinge plate with the round side facing frontwards of the giraffe, because this will allow you to bend the knees on the legs. And then to finish up the front leg, just take another 1x2 plate and attach that underneath, and we can start adding some of the markings on the giraffe. I'll use a 1x1 tile in brown, and that just goes on top of the top half of the hinge. And then on the body you can use a 1x1 flower piece also in brown, or whatever colour you've decided to make your markings in, and just attach that there. And then next you can take a 1x2 tile and place that next to it, and a 1x2 tile or plate next to that. And then just on the end you can take another 1x1 stud and just put that there in whatever colour your markings are, because this will be visible from the back. And then finally, to add another little marking, you can take another 1x1 tile or a 1x1 flower piece if you have any, and just angle this so it would be parallel to the wedge. And you can put this assembly aside for now, because we'll build the back leg. And the back leg is pretty simple to make. Just take a 1x3 wedge this time, and another hinge plate, and again making sure that the round bit of the hinge is facing forward. Just attach that so the hinge is actually on top, like that. And then behind the hinge you can just extend the leg, making it a bit longer by using a 1x3 plate. And then we'll also add a small marking to this leg using another flower piece, and you can just attach that on top in front. So now almost done building one side of the legs of the giraffe. You just attach this to the small space in the 1x2 area there, and again you can just angle this however you want really. Now you can finally add the muscle to the back leg by first placing a stud in black, or really this can be any colour, but I just like to use a black because I've got lots of studs in that colour, and using a 3x3 dish piece to create the massive leg muscle of your Lego giraffe. And that just clips on the back there, and you can see that if you combine this with a mirrored leg build, you have both legs of your Lego giraffe. Okay, so here's what you're going to need to build the final part of your Lego giraffe, the giraffe's head and neck. And we'll start off by making the neck of the giraffe. And this requires these 5 sections, which are made of a 1x1 headlight brick, a 1x1 flower piece, and this is in the colour of the pattern of the giraffe, and another 1x1 tile. And you just attach the flower piece to the outside of the headlight brick and the tile to the front. And you do this 5 times and use up all of your headlight bricks and 1x1 tiles. Okay, so once you've built all 5 neck sections of your giraffe, you can arrange them to form the neck. So you take one of these pieces and you just place it on top of the other, but you put it the opposite way round. So above every flower should be a smooth tile, and vice versa. And this creates a long neck for your giraffe. And you can also see the markings that you would have on real life giraffes. They just alternate down the side. And then on top of the neck, you can take a 1x1 brick with studs on all the sides and just place that in the middle. And then down the front, you can take a 1x6 tile and just thicken their neck a bit and provide a bit more muscle by attaching that to the front. So you can put this neck aside for now, because now we'll build the head of the giraffe. So we'll start off by taking a 1x3 plate and a 1x1 stud in black. That just goes in the middle there, and you can either use a stud or a plate. Doesn't really matter, this just needs to be in a different colour to the eye. And you can take a 1x2 slope piece and place that over the top. And you can see this forms the head and the mouth and the nose of the giraffe, just a general shape of that area. And for some small horns for the giraffe, just take a 1x1 tile with the clip in the centre and just place that on top. And you can see the giraffe's already beginning to form its head, and you just attach that to the top of the white 1x1 brick with the studs on all the sides. And then you can take your 1x2 tiles, and this is where you can actually create the eye and make it look a little bit more lifelike. And you do that by just angling these tiles so they slant inwards, and this just narrows the eye of the giraffe and makes it look more like an eye and less like a stud, like on this side. And just adjust that until you're happy with the angle of the eye and the size of the eye, and you do that for both sides. And you can see this also makes the space of the eye a little bit smaller and a little bit more realistic. And then finally on the back, you can just thicken the head by using another 1x1 tile and just clip that to the last remaining stud, and just make sure that's as high up as possible. Now you have the head and neck of your Lego giraffe. So now you have all 4 sections of your giraffe's body. It's time to assemble your Lego giraffe. And we'll start off by taking the centre torso piece and attaching the 2 legs to it. And you can see the legs attached to the studs on these black bricks here. And you just need to make sure that the 2x2 tile in round attaches to the end. And that should line up very nicely with the rest of your giraffe. And you do the same for the other side, and you can see how this almost instantly creates the shape of the giraffe. And just make sure that all of these pieces are pressed down nicely so your tail has lots of room to spin. And then finally, to complete your Lego giraffe, just take the head and neck assembly and attach that to this stud in the centre. And there you have your complete Lego giraffe. So I hope you enjoyed building your Lego giraffe, and if you want to check out any of my other Lego animal building tutorials, I've linked them all in the description below, and they include how to build a Lego zebra, lion and tiger. Don't forget to give the video a like, comment and subscribe for more, and I'll be seeing you guys next time with some more Lego creations. Thanks for watching.